This is one of my very favorite soups to make when it's cold, and since we still have a few weeks of that chilly weather coming in, I wanted to show you the recipe that I use here. We're going to be starting off with mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, don't use mushrooms. This is completely optional. I love them, so I'm going to put 4 or 5 in. Then we're also going to start off with a couple of carrots as well. These are fresh from the market that I got this morning, so super fresh ingredients all the way around. Just peel those up, chop them up really thinly so that they actually cook on time as well. Then I'm going to go in, again, I love garlic, so like 3 cloves of garlic, half a shallot that I had lying around. If you don't like it as garlicky, don't do it. The shallots are optional as well, but I'm going to chuck them in some butter to fry it up. Use lard, whatever you have on hand. I think I have a whole onion here because I can get really small onions, but if you've got large ones, just put in the half one, especially if you're going to use that shallot. You're going to fry all those up. And then, once that's nice and golden, you're going to start putting in your mushrooms. This is where we're starting to put in those other ingredients and your spices as well. I have fresh rosemary and thyme straight from my garden, but just use herbs revolves or something similar that you have on hand. There's a couple of sprinkles of that, as well as some paprika. Just chuck that in there. Some cumin as well. I love putting cumin in mostly everything. It just adds so much flavor. And then of course you're going to go in with your salt and your pepper. You're going to let that fry up for a little bit and then add your carrots. I don't know if this actually does anything. But I like the idea of browning my carrots, of like just frying them, letting those juices come out, if that's even a thing. It's just something I do. So let me know in the comments if that actually does something. Maybe somebody knows. I just like to do it. I think it softens them up a little bit as well so that they cook faster. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna start off with the leek as well. A little bit of leek. Again, it's something I had lying around, so I just chucked it in. It goes well with it. If you don't want to, don't do it. It's optional. We're going to give that a little stir, and now this is where we're going to add the soup, the water. I think there was maybe a liter and a half of water that went into this. I usually play this by ear quite a bit, so it's just eyeing the amounts. Put in a cube of beef stock. I prefer beef stock over chicken. And then we're going to put in 2 cans of haricot beans, white beans. And as well, this is a trick I learned from my father. You take the can and fill it with water, swirl it around, it gets all the juices off the side of the can. It gives you a little bit more flavor, so keep that in mind when putting water in. Originally, we're going to add more water with those beans. You're going to add salt and pepper. And this is where I like to put in just a little bit of cayenne pepper just to give it that little extra spice. Simmer that all up. When it's brought to a boil, add your Toulouse sausages. I prefer Toulouse sausages. They're meatier, they're bigger, they just have more of the hearty feel to them. Bring it to a simmer, cover it, and let it do its thing for about an hour, hour and a half. Now you can see, filming much later in the evening here, I've just come back from being out all day. And so this is where I'm going to add my spinach. If you don't like spinach, again, it's completely optional to do this bit. A little spinach goes a long way because if you add too much, it's going to get very spinachy in a couple of days as it melds flavors. So just add a little bit in, but it adds such a great texture and such a great flavor to it originally. And that's it. You just let that cook, add your extra beans in from earlier, and you are done. You have just the best tasting, heartwarming, hearty meal. It's really easy to make, and you just pair it off with some fresh bread, butter on that. I love to use salted butter because it's just better. And there you go. Just the perfect evening meal when it's cold, when it's rainy, when it's a bit damp, when you're just feeling that chill. It is just perfect for those evenings. So let me know in the comments if you use this recipe. How is it for you? How does it taste? Do you like it? And I will see you all next time. Enjoy.